Here is my true story. One day, my father became ill. He was taken to the hospital. The diagnosis: Alzheimer's disease and dementia. That was only the beginning. My father lived next door to me with my nephew overnight. He no longer lived next door to me. Soon, it will have been 3 years since we last saw each other, and since we last spoke. There is no longer any means of communication. Even my father's friends and the neighbors look for him everywhere. My father used to see them every day. People ask me, "What's going on with your father?" When I tell them that my father is still alive but no longer lives here, they ask me more questions, and I myself struggle to give them answers. I am not the only one. There is someone else too. My nephew. He has lost his grandfather, whom he no longer sees. Some people who are very close to him and to me have noticed a change in his behavior. We no longer exist. We have become strangers. Why? Yet, just before he went to the hospital, everything seemed normal to me. Then, overnight, a very unpleasant change in the situation occurred. As far as he is concerned, a member of the family decided to reprogram him. As some people would say, gaslighting, love bombing, hot and cold. Every single day I have no proof to demonstrate the manipulation he is experiencing. But we have become complete strangers in his life. Family was so important to my father. Family was the most important thing in his life. That is how I was raised. For him, all of that has disappeared. We no longer exist. Today, still without answers. I do not know exactly what happened. I continue to fight to communicate with him. But without success, I cannot even speak to him or call him, because I have to go through the individual who controls him. I do not even know whether the messages I leave on the answering machine are passed on to him. There is only silence. On October 28, 2026, it will have been 3 years. We used to see each other every day, sometimes even several times a day. As for my nephew, who lived with his grandfather, they were together every day. Today, we no longer exist. Not even a phone call to say hi, not even a hello. Nothing, total radio silence. The connection has been completely cut off. He has been reprogrammed. I have learned that people with Alzheimer's disease can experience confusion. If a malicious person manipulates them, they can become even more confused, completely disoriented. At that point, there is nothing more you can do. It is like being in a cult. Yes, a cult. I would like to give more details about the person who is my brother, whom I always considered to be a good brother. Quite simply, he decided to destroy me by every possible means. Not only me, but also my nephew. I never would have imagined that a family member, for money, power, and control, could go that far. It is a tremendous disappointment.
I am filled with sadness.
I no longer have the words to express my feelings.
There is anger.
But above all, there is sadness. It is confusing.
It is heartbreaking.
Because he is still my father. Whether you lose a father or a mother, because they have passed away, it is already extremely difficult. But when the person is still alive, and you can no longer have a relationship with them, whether it is your child, your father, or your mother, it is another form of pain. Family is important to you, to me. It is very important. Believe me, I find it heartbreaking to see someone who is no longer part of your life while knowing they are still alive, but no longer want to speak to you. or see you for no reason at all. And it is even worse for my nephew, when people who are supposed to be there for him and protect him take advantage of him for their own benefit and interests. It is unacceptable. I have no power to change things except to tell you about them. Perhaps a journalist or someone who takes an interest in my story will want to listen. But it is with great sadness that I tell you this. This is only part of what I have lived through, because the last 2 years have been extremely chaotic. I can tell you this. It has been very, very difficult, even chaotic. Especially hearing my brother say to me one day,
Once I'm finished with you,
"You're going to become like a homeless person."
you won't have anything left.
Absolutely nothing. He spoke these words with diabolical cruelty, accompanied by a laugh that hurts deeply.
I will never forget.
Those words filled with malice, because they deeply shook me, Plours, and my nephew, and Plours.